If y'all haven't heard him, y'all are in for a treat. I see these memes like, we got something at home, you don't gotta go out to eat. This is, okay. I feel like he's like Chris Brown, Tank, a little Trey Songz, a little bit of everything. But you have your own twist of how you do things.
Yeah.
So maybe let's start on how you got into music. How you started singing. When did you know you had a gift?
How I got into music.
Yeah.
So boom, we gonna start this off. I guess if he was here, he would want me to say it. So my pops, heavy church. I was 5. It was praise and worship. They was down the singer and middle everybody. He was like, right now. And it wasn't like no, come just do it in the background. He was handing me the mic.
Yeah.
And first note was terrible. First note was terrible. He made me feel it. He stopped up on me.
Oh, not the.
Yep, do it again.
In church. It's over.
Yep, do it again. And you get the encouragement. People like, that's all right. And I was like, dang, I messed up. But so yeah, I was 5, man. I was 5. Then further down the line, I kept singing. Every week. On Sundays, of course, church, and then I started getting into R&B because of my father. He sang himself. He's doing plays. He's doing Tyler Perry plays, and then he was taking me with him sometimes. So I was back there just watching him sing, and I started singing, and that's really how I got into R&B. Then I found Jodeci. So I ain't gonna get my age up, but when my dad told me to Josie, he used to play Josie all the time, and then I found out what Josie was, and that kind of, I was like, ooh, wait. Mind you, I was young. This is young. My dad used to have me with, and then my dad used to only hang with musicians, I don't know if y'all know Flu.
Yeah.
Flu. That's my uncle for sure. We'd be riding and we'd be listening to all R&B and then be cracking jokes, because I'd be in the back singing as a kid, hard. I'm talking hard, I'm out the window. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not sounding good, but yeah, that's really how I started, where it came from.
I feel like growing up in the church, you have an instant musicality.
Yeah.
You're gonna be a good singer, a good dancer, a good musician. It's in your DNA.
Yeah, for sure.
So basically, what you're saying is you were singing for the Lord, then you started singing for the devil.
Listen, as long as you use your gift for good.
Right.
We're not there though.
And your music is love. Your music is about love.
Women, my problem.
Yeah. It's the problem and the solution. It's the problem and the solution. And I'm sure therapy too.
Yes, therapy too. My music is therapy because Lord.
Yeah.
I got my family. She probably here somewhere. I don't want to give her up, but my mom and my brother. We got a little temper. My brother, my mom, we got a little temper. So my way of getting away from my rage and my temper is music.
Yeah.
If I can't get away from that, it, I would be
That's your way. That's how you release.
Yeah, that's how I know. Seriously.
Yeah. So you talk about your early start. So born and raised in Buffalo, I'm guessing.
Yeah, we here, Buffalo, New York.
Born and raised in Buffalo, New York.
We ain't giving up no props anywhere else. Buffalo.
That's dope. Dope. We have so much talent here. It's crazy. Give a round of applause for Buffalo. We have a lot of talent. Yeah. We have a lot of talent here. So that was your start. When were you like, oh, I want to be an R&B singer. I want to be an artist. I want to be a performer.
Ooh, now we get to, because I know she went for her glitz and glamour. My mama. So I was, I had no money as a kid. So moms, she supported my, when I told her what I really wanted to do, because my dad was always out of town. He's not saying he wasn't there, because my dad was always there, but he was always out of town. He's traveling months and months and months and gone. So I told my mom I wanted to do it, and she found me somebody, a guy named Thugsman.
Yeah.
That's
Shout
my
out
big brother.
Thugsman.
Yeah, that's my big brother. And then, my mom linked me with Thugs, and then Thugs started me for real. My first studio session for real was with him. I was like 14.
Wow.
14. Yeah, so One time for Dutchman, yeah.
Yeah, I'm You've been instrumental for a handful of artists.
Griselda artists, all of them, Benny Butcher, Conway, Dutch was right there with all of them, and more. Fresher than your man.
That's dope. That's dope. So you're a singer-songwriter, and what makes you special is that not only are you a singer-songwriter, you're a mixer too. Mm-hmm. So you had to like develop those skills. Like, how did you develop those skills? Because you started young, so I'm sure it was like a transitional. You went through a lot of different transitional periods. What did that look like? Acquiring those skills.
Transitioning from singing to doing it on my own, basically. You're saying so. Yeah, I mean, it's expensive. This thing's expensive. Everybody in here that does music, you know, it's expensive. I will always, I mean, yes, I have a studio myself, so if you need help, you come to me for sure. But learn to get your own, it takes time. My first time I ever recorded myself, man, I had the auto-tune on 3000. And I didn't know that, and I was wondering why my runs wasn't really hitting the way it's supposed to hit. I was like, ooh, weed, yeah. I was like, that did not sound like when I recorded it the other day at so-and-so studio, but then, you know what I mean, I was in school for a minute, but I stopped going, unfortunately. But I learned more for mixing and mastering from being around engineers that mix and master all the time. And I would sit there and I would ask questions. I always ask questions. I don't care if I'm annoying you. If I need to know it, I'm gonna ask a question. Yeah. So that's important. Like, and then with me writing, I've always written my own music. Even my first corny song was like, I just need a chance. And that's for me, just listening to my father's music consistently as a kid. So I knew some R&B. I didn't know what I was really talking about, but I definitely knew it was about a girl. Yeah. And I was pretending I was in, my feet was in somebody else's shoes. So the song wasn't really that good back then with the writing, but as time progresses, you get older, you gotta go through some trials, and you know, that's when your writing really hits.
Yeah, you start to get those experiences, relationships, heartbreaks, things like that. Yeah. So other than Jodeci, who else were you listening to like that really you took inspiration from?
For the ones that know me, they know I listen to, I already gave that props. Let's go on. Tank. Tank is a big one for me. You know what I mean? Y'all know if you listen to my music already, he's a big influential person. Yep. Mm-hmm. And but also I love like when I say singers, people say like singers, then they be like, oh yeah, like I love singers. I love Jacquees. I'd be like, oh yeah, nah, yeah. Then I'd be like, oh yeah, this is gonna be an interesting session. Cause no, I like like when I say I mean like Carel. You know, I love Brandy. I love Whitney is always there. That's a legend. We not even like Stevie, Donny Hathaway. This like I'm like old soul. It's like I love real singing. I like Tone, Layla Hathaway. I love everything about real singing and like something I can take from. I take from everything. It's no problem with if something you like, the run I like. If I hear it, I'm gonna hear it again. Jasmine Sullivan, I'll be in there like, it be challenges. I'm not gonna post it. Period. I ain't gonna post it, but I'm gonna put that in a record somewhere. And like somebody that know music gonna know like, oh yeah, he did that. Yep.
Yeah. That's good. So you said you started at 14 now. I took a look through your discography. And I think one of your first projects came out in 2018 or 2019?
It might be around that time. My first project, I was 14 though. My mama put that together, and it was a CD, and I hide it to this day. Yeah, but that was my first one. But then I think you're talking about Medication. I think Medication was my first thing I released on this site.
Oh no, it was called Pleasure
and Sin. That was the one I considered my first one because that's when I really was finding myself in music. So like Medication was one where I was like, that was really my first release as a mixtape, but that's one where I didn't really know myself and they were trying to put me in at the time. They was like, yo, he a Jacob Lattimore. No, he a Chris Brown, so let's make him dance and let's make him, you know what I mean, do the pop records. But I love soul music, like I'm like R&B, like real, like deep. I mean, so when I really started finding myself, it was definitely, you know, on Pleasure and Sin. So yeah, 2019, 2018, 2019. Yeah.
Now, you talk about finding yourself. So you've done some amazing things within the music industry. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I've done some things. I've worked with some people. Eric Bellinger, we got some things with him. Luke James. I did some work at Jamie Foxx house before. He literally was in the room, like, you know what I mean? You killing, making his jokes, and I was nervous as a mug, but I mean, I got to record something there, so it was cool. It's a couple other things I've really done. You can't talk about it before you get in trouble with people, but it's a couple things I did, and I wrote, and y'all probably heard, y'all probably know the song, but I can't give it up because what y'all signed, y'all always gotta remember this. Get y'all paperwork right. Paperwork, if you're an artist, get your paperwork in order.
Yeah.
You don't want to get robbed. It's already expensive enough for us. I'm talking to the artists for sure here. Artists, producers, engineers, you know what I mean? It's already expensive enough for us. Get your paperwork right so you don't have to go through you ain't write that. I wrote that because that's on my computer. You ain't got to go through this is my track now, because I recorded you when you sang it, and you didn't put it up on BMI anyways. So, get all your stuff in order. You know what I mean? Copyright everything. Everything as soon as you do it, as soon as you plan on releasing it. Feel me? Because you got to get your money.
Yeah. And round of applause to that, because ownership is important.
Yeah.
Ownership, owning your own art and what you do in your creative mind, that's important.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to segue that into your discography, your collaborations, but also how you're kind of helping other rising artists too. So let's first start off with your record studio. Talk about your recording studio, gallery, and also how you're like helping other artists.
Yeah, so once again, if you are an artist, I have my own studio, you know. I am a mix master, engineer, vocal arranger, writer, of course. Gallery music is a thing that, once again, moms, you know, it's always the moms that really, that still help. I don't really call my dad about too much because I don't want to be embarrassed. I want to tell him the good news after I do it. But my mom be with me through the dirt, so.
Shout out to the moms.
Always, yeah. That's my mom. So she helped me start this because I was working at a studio, and the studio that I was working at wasn't really safe. Let's just say that. It wasn't really safe. I was walking in and I was seeing things, I was like, this ain't really...
It was giving ride or die.
It was giving, you need to leave. It was giving, you need to leave. So that's how that started. And then, first it was me and Jory, so I was thinking, the name, shout out Jory. I was thinking, my studio name needs to be something household that's like not corny, and like it don't want to be like, you know, we the best records or not. I don't know, I'm trying not to say nobody's name that somebody's gonna say, you know who's talking about you? I'm not talking about nobody. Let's put that out there. I'm just saying, like, I wanted to have a name that's like, that's a brand and somebody will remember it. So when you say gallery, you think of our Albright Knox. You think of art. You know what I mean? Right. Paintings that's cost something expensive, something good. Yeah. So I wanted the name gallery in my studio because the people I work with in my studio, I want that to be art. Yeah. And like, I brought some people and worked with some great people. I don't even know if they here, but like, it's some singers I work with, like my boy Jaid. I got this girl Labrina, she fire.
Shout out Labrina, Jaid.
Lindsay Nix. Y'all know me, that's pressure. That whole group, pressure. Nah, but like I like work on people that really cherish themselves. You know what I mean? Yeah. So when I'm working with people that cherishing themselves, and then I'll bring them in. I'm not charging because I'm gonna work with them. I don't care. Like, I really believe in you. You believe me. We're gonna do something together. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. You know what I mean? Because you good. We know what I do already. So yeah, gallery music. It's for the art. It's for artists and it's for art. You don't call it more than music.
And another thing that you're doing that's really dope is you having these pull-up sessions where
Yeah.
artists would come in,
Yeah.
try out their music, let people listen to it, and kind of get instant feedback.
Yeah.
I think that's dope because a lot of time artists, there is this like weird sense of loneliness because you're creating something, but you're not sure people understand you. You know what I mean? So to be in a small space and have people who really care about the music like you do listen and you get feedback, that's like invaluable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I started that because everybody be so spread out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody want to work by themselves or don't get enough help or nobody is noticing somebody else or somebody's just. It's a lot of egos in this game, and honestly, it's a shame to say you gotta have a little one. You gotta come here with I don't want to say ego. You gotta come here with some confidence out this world. You gotta play somebody your record, and I don't want you being like this in the corner, because then I'm not gonna believe you. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go in the room. If I play a record, if I'm going to the label, I'm like, yo, here we go. You ready? And I'm like, I know you like that, because I did that. I don't care if you're not Bobby Hood. You're going to at the end of it because I'm going to make you like it.
Yeah.
I'm going to play a record for you back to back to back to back until you find one that you're like, oh, this man is fire. Yeah, he's pressure.
Right. I'm still that one. So speaking of that, let's talk about your collaborations because you work with a lot of dope artists in Buffalo too. So you did like projects with, you had songs with Droid on it. You've done collaborative projects with Miles B, who's doing amazing things. You've done collaborative projects with Ron Bonner. You've done a lot of amazing work. So talk about collaborating and creating with those people and how that came to be.
Man, once again, I figure this is like you scratch my back, I scratch yours thing in a sense, because I'm not going to say it's just that. We linked together, and each one of those projects came from us doing one song. We'd be like, bro, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Let's do another one. Bro, let's do another one. What you doing tomorrow? I gotta do this, but I'm gonna be there at midnight. Let's do another one. Like, we're gonna keep doing another record. And then it came to a point where we're like, yeah, we got 7 records. Let's put this out. What we doing? And that's like almost everyone besides Soul Ties. That's what me and Illmatic. That's probably my favorite collab tape I have. Me and my boy Illmatic. Yeah.
Okay, I gotta check that one out.
That's hard.
Now, your early project, you got a song called Clean on there that I really, really like. I love that joint.
We gonna run through that tonight.
Okay. I'm gonna be in the front row.
Yeah.
So I'm digging that. And then you just dropped a single.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Lipstick.
Yes, sir. Say it again for the people in the back.
Lipstick.
TikTok challenge coming soon. If you don't do it, I know who's in the room. Okay.
I'll definitely do it for sure. Somebody got to show me how to do the hip thing, though. You know, y'all, I just don't want to break a hip. That's the only thing. So I'll be doing it, whatever the moves are.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited about that. I really like your Here to Stay. That's another recent single. Definitely check it out.
Yeah.
I love how you start that. I think you remember the time you started with. I love that. Love it. So you've been dropping kind of a couple singles up to. So it sounds like you might be dropping a project.
Oh yes, I'm dropping a big project. It's called Forever R&B. Because R&B ain't dead.
Nowhere near.
R&B is nowhere near dead. Y'all need to put that behind y'all.
Yeah.
That's
dope. That's dope. So before we wrap it up, I want to talk about why I love your music.
Okay.
Number one, I love your music because you can sing.
Come on.
This man can sing for real. Like, sing. Y'all gonna get a taste. Y'all in for a treat.
Yeah.
But not only that, the way you arrange your music, and when you were telling me that you mix it too, your music is quality. It's so consistent, and I really appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
When you're from a city like Buffalo, a lot of it is DIY,
Yeah.
and that's respectable. That is great, because we start on our own, we get it going. But once you get to a certain level, you got to make sure everything sounds right and quality, and that's what I really admire about your work. And also, just hearing your arrangements, you always keep it exciting too. Like, where does that come from?
I would probably say, once again, being around other musicians that's good, like keeping yourself in good rooms and learning. Like, I sit in rooms and like Jory, he does a lot of K-pop. I don't know if y'all know what K-pop is, like Korean pop. But Korean pop is nowhere in there is boring. Like every verse is something different. You going up, yeah, something new every verse. And if it's the same, they'll be like, you know what I mean, they'll send it back like, no, that ain't it, because it don't go nowhere. And I'm kind of like that, but in an R&B sense, because I don't want to listen to a track and the whole track is here the whole time. It's like, okay, that's hard, but where you going? Ain't no beat drop? Okay, next.
Yeah.
I was tired of bored.
Yeah.
So.
You know, we got a short attention span.
It's a different world.
It's dope to see somebody that's an R&B artist that takes that into consideration and makes it exciting for the listener.
Mm-hmm.
So that's dope. So as we wrap this up, you know, a lot of your music is about love, heartbreak, love making, things like that. What is the ultimate message you want to get to the people through your music?
Man, love. Love, that's just it. Love. I love my music and everything I put into my music. I want to give out to someone else. I want to give you love, and everybody's going through something and they can relate. So my music usually 9 times out of 10 it's about my own stuff. Mm-hmm. Even if it's old, but somebody else can relate to it. Somebody will be like, dang. It's somebody that's gonna be sad. They're gonna turn on one of my songs. It's gonna be, I don't want to give up the names because y'all gonna hear them later on, but it's gonna be like one of my slow songs. I'm like, dang, I'm in my feelings, or dang. It's time I had a few drinks. I'm leaving. So it's time. Like my mama here, I can't give too much. Yeah. But yeah, it's in love. It's somebody's gonna be in bliss. It's somebody in bliss right now. Somebody's just getting married. Somebody's in a good phase in their life. So music is good for each and every emotion. So I'm trying to give you something for each one.
And I was watching I don't know if you watch Tank's R&B podcast.
Do I watch Tank?
I don't know. Well, obviously we know you do.
Of course.
But he said something that was so prolific, and I want to end with this.
Yeah. Is
that he said R&B is so important to our culture specifically because it is a genre of love, literally. This is the way we communicate love to our people, to each other, to our loved ones, to our significant others. Yeah. And it is so important. And it's harder to be in that industry than other industries, but because you are an R&B artist, that makes you special already because you have to put so much effort and love into what you do and share that message of love. Yeah. So shout out to Black Love. Round of applause for Black Love. So shout out to that. Shout out